Hey y'all. So I wanted to talk a little bit about rising from your past. Today I was at a meeting and I had the opportunity to tell a little bit of my personal story to a group of people that I think maybe two of the people in the room knew me, and none of the other people did. And there is a lot of healing in being able to tell your story of the things that happened to you or the things that you've done or anything like that, and using it to show how much you've changed, as opposed to being afraid to talk about it or being ashamed of it. Nothing in our past still has to hunt us today. You can take the things that you've been through. You can take the things that have happened to you. You can take the bad decisions that you've made. You can take all of that and you can put it in a nice little box and wrap it up and use it as a lesson. A lot of people take the things that happened to them and just things from their history, from their childhood, from trauma, and they look at it as just things to be ashamed of. And as long as that is the outlook, those things will continue to control you. They will continue to make you just doubt yourself and look at yourself in a negative light. But the moment that you can talk about that thing and realize that this thing from the past is not your identity, it's just a part of your life, a part of your story, a part of your journey. The moment that you can look at that thing in the past and know that you are a different person because of that is the moment that you are free from all of the control that that thing had. For most of you that don't know me, there was a point in my life that was very, very low. As with a whole bunch of other people, there was a point in my life where I was depressed. There was a point in my life where I didn't feel like I could be the best mother or the best anything. Like I didn't feel like a good person at all. I didn't feel like I deserved to live. I didn't see a point in any of the things that were happening to me. And that had me way down, like a lot. It was really bad. It was dark days. Thankfully, through some counseling and some medication and just things working out the way that they did, I was able to come out of that. But it took work. It took me being able to admit that I was not in a good place. And that's part of the battle. I think a lot of times we are ashamed of our past and the things that happened way back when because we don't want to take control. We don't want to have that negative connotation associated with us. But just because you made a bad decision in the past, or just because you had some dark days that you couldn't control because your brain was all over the place, doesn't mean that you are bad at the core. It just means that you had some bad stuff in your past. So take that, learn from it, and let it push you on towards greatness. Don't ever, ever, ever let your own self be the thing that stops you from being everything that you can be, which is what most of us do. Most of us limit ourselves. Most of us say, well, I can't do that, or nobody wants to listen to me, or why, or what qualifications do I have, or you just don't know if you really knew anything about me. We cast all these negative things on ourselves. Meanwhile, the energy and the gifts and the skills and the talent that we have deep inside just stays hidden. And that talent, that gift, that skill was meant to be shared with the world, was meant to help somebody else. Look at how far you've come. Think about this. Everything that you've been through, everything that happened to you, every bad decision that you made, and you're still here. Maybe you don't like your circumstances right this second. Maybe you feel like you could be so much better off if you hadn't done whatever that thing was back then. But still, you're still here. So far, right now in this moment, you have survived everything that has happened, and you will continue to survive. So why not take that survival mentality and use it for great? Use it to help someone else. But most importantly, use it to know that you are a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for. So I encourage you to share your story, to not let it hinder you, to not let it control you, and to use it as a stepping stone to everything that you want it to be.